What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos? Shout out to Boxing United. If you're looking for a good Google Plus community to talk boxing, go ahead and ask for an invite. Big shout out to hashtag come back to boxing. Now, I put out a video not long ago where I was talking about the lies or the narratives being pushed about Triple G ducking Saunders, the rumor that's going around that he's injured. I just watched the video by Hatman where he went over the whole statement that Frank Warren made, and it really, if what Frank Warren said is true, it really changes everything. And now there's also talks about Triple G putting the Billy Joe Saunders fight on the shelf for now to fight Canelo Alvarez. That's another story that's going around. Nobody really knows which is actually, if any of this is actually true. But I will say this, if all of this stuff is true, then I'm severely disappointed in Triple G. He's not making the right moves, and I really do think that a lot of the talk about him, not really having anybody on his resume, after beating Jacobs, he, really isn't getting any credit. I think that pressure is really getting to him. But here's the thing. Haters gonna hate, and that's all there is to it. It doesn't matter if you fight Canelo Alvarez and knock him out in the first round. You're not going to get the credit that you want from certain people. And that's just the way that it goes. And I'm sure it's been like this for quite some time. I'm sure this is nothing that's new. I'm pretty sure that, back in the days, people were still not giving credit. The difference between back then and now is that everything is very vocal. Anybody can go on YouTube and put out videos criticizing a fighter. Anybody can go on Twitter and criticize for everybody to see. And if they have a big enough following, the person doing the criticism, then it gets a lot of attention. Naturally, if you have over 1 million people following you, then obviously you're going to have some kind of some kind of an influence. So I think the pressure is getting to him, but that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you fight Canelo. I really think his focus should be on becoming undisputed. That's been his thing up until now. And there's going to be people who are going to criticizing him just for not sticking to his guns on becoming undisputed and fighting Canelo instead of Billy Joe Saunders. Now, like I said, I don't really know if any of this stuff is actually true. I don't know if what Fox has on their website is true about him, not wanting to fight Billy Joel in lieu to fight Canelo Alvarez. And I don't know if what Frank Warren is saying is true. Because, like I said, I don't trust any of these promoters either. I don't trust any of these promoters because all they care about is the money. And I don't trust Fox because of the same reasons. Because there's a big battle between old media and new media. They could be taking something that Triple G said or somebody in his team and completely twisting it to where it's like, taking it out of context. It happens all the time. People say things, it's taken out of context, and then there's, these pictures are painted of them where, they're saying, ridiculous things when that's not what they actually said. They may have not worded their phrase properly. And being that Triple G's not really a fluent English speaker, he speaks enough to where he can, take interviews and such. But let's be honest, it's not his first language, and it's very, very apparent when you listen to him talk. So he would especially be somebody that you could easily take what he says out of context because English isn't his first language. Now, I'm not defending Triple G because if it is true what Fox is saying, then I mean, I have to disagree. You know, that's not something that I co-sign on. Become undisputed first. If Oscar De La Hoya is like, well, then the fight with Canelo isn't going to happen, then you call him out on his bullshit because he said it was going to happen in 2016. It didn't. He said it was going to happen in 2017. If he ends up saying, well, because you fought Billy Joe Saunders, the fight's not happening now, then call him on this bullshit. Because that's the thing about these promoters. Being that they contradict themselves all the time, is very easy to make them look bad. But anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. To all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble on this video, hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
I am so authentic. I'm so authentic. They trying to figure me out, but this is not a gimmick. Hi, yep, hi. Don't act like you don't know me. What? We got the same mama. Don't you try to disown me. I'm just a mixed breed. Call me a day walker. Cause I walk in the sun, but at night I'm a stalker. If you looking for blood, come run in my lane. The fame never runs dry. There's plenty of it, man. I speak an ancient language. They don't understand me. It's called the truth. I break it down. They try to reprimand me. Miss Lauren, she spoke it. They tried to revoke her. They drove her crazy like Morgan Freeman did to Miss Daisy. I am not a